Good morning, everybody. It's about 9 o'clock here in the swampland where I live, in the pine thickets with the acidic soil. And it's either too much of a good thing or not enough of a good thing. We did finally. It's taken me 7 years to get a little bit of a start of grass back here that'll grow in the shade. Let me see if I can find some. I'll show you. Here's a runner that I pulled out of the front and put back here. Now this right here is different. I hate that I pulled the water grass up. I could have showed. Oh, here's some. All right, this, let me get over here where you can see it. This is called water grass. So when you're going around looking at property and stuff, you see this growing, standing up tall like that. And that might be good if you got cows to keep it chewed down. But see how it is growing up and it sticks straight up. That means your soil's too wet right there. Now this is a different kind of grass. Probably St. Augustine looks like. And this right here, this patch, I brought from the front and put out myself to kind of try to beat back the water grass. And this little patch right here. But most of it, see, somebody put some cheap seed from somewhere else. This is a noxious plant out of Mexico. Has no natural predators here. And it will just absolutely take over and kill everything. Here's some more different variety of water grass. It might be a ryegrass right there. Real tough. Can't even hardly pull it up by the roots. So after being flooded about 3 weeks ago, I already did my watering. Sat on my cantankerous can and watched Danny and Wanda from Deep South Homestead do their chores instead of getting out here and doing mine. My baby tomato plant is blooming again. That dead limb needs to be cut off. My avocado has put a new top on. And the trunk was only this size or smaller when I put it out here. And look, he's looking like a tree now. He's putting some bark on. This one's put out 2 new sprouts and got something growing there next to it that probably I stuck a seed in. I don't know what it is. Cherry, if I had to guess. And I got a squash over here that is not gonna make because I put it in I just stuck a seed to see if it would sprout, see if the seed were any good. Well, I got my ginger planted there. My ginger's doing good, but you have to keep ginger on the dry side. That's not enough water for the squash, and squash don't like to be transplanted. They're just finicky that way. And the leaf eaters have gotten to it, eating half the leaves off, and the leaves are dry feeling. So I got me a little trickle going here from my fern that probably there's not enough water right there to keep it. But it came up volunteers, so, and there's moss here, so maybe I can keep it. When I finish that, I'm probably gonna water that squash a little bit. Danny made a good point this morning about smaller sweet potatoes making the best slips. This one's a little too big around. If it had been about half this size, I'd have healthy slips. I'd have roots coming out of the bottom. I planted what I had, so, you know, here's my little Christmas tree that I've had for about, I guess about 9 years maybe. Top got broke out and I just poked the top down in there next to the trunk and it took. So I'm gonna have me a nice sized little Norfolk pine. I can't say it like people in Virginia say. It sounds dirty when I say it. My spider or airplane plant, whatever you want to call it, I've heard it called a lot of things. Got lots of babies putting out. My shamrock that I thought was dead came back this year and it's been blooming. Here's one of the blooms dropped off right there. Real pretty. My Christmas cactus got drowned in the flood. Let's see where my camera is. Here we go. This was a big old full Christmas cactus. And it's just, I hope some of it will come back. It's got something eating on it too, some kind of little aphid. I mean, we just have to fight for everything down here. Except, you know, poison ivy grows real good. Anybody knows how to use poison ivy in a beneficial way? I just eat up with poison ivy. And ligustrum. Dang. I mean, if I could get across that fence and had access to a chainsaw, that ligustrum would be gone because I'm allergic to it. But it does have nice berries for the birds. It's just that I'm allergic to it, and it's growing through the fence, putting out roots, and it's spreading all over the place. Lots more poison ivy where that other one came from. And here's where our landscapers decided to pile all the limbs that they cut at the wrong time of the year off of the trees, and just pick up limbs that fell during the storm and just pile them over there behind the fence so they'll be somebody else's problem. Here's what the landscapers have continually left behind that I picked up after the storms over the last 6-7 months. Look at that. That is a rat's nest waiting to happen. And they get paid. I don't know why they can't. I mean, I'm the disabled one. I don't understand why these young men that come out here with the weed eaters can't get a wheelbarrow, pick that crap up with their hands like I did, and drag it to the front, put it in the dumpster. Nobody wants to do their job anymore. They just want to get paid. Look at all the limbs hanging up in there. They put in this new, you know, like security light. We didn't need no more security lights here. Already can't see the stars. Dang. You think it's gonna make you more secure to have big bright light? That just shows the thief where your door handle is. You need to be prepared to protect yourself. This is ridiculous. Anyway, it is a beautiful day. Absolutely clear blue skies. Not a chemtrail or a cloud in sight, which means it's probably going to be over 100 heat index today, and my ground's going to be so hard that I won't be able to pull up the little trees. I should have got out here and pulled up after the flood because the ground was soft. Anyway, that's how I start my day in the mornings after I pray and read my Bible and thank God that I woke up, that I have a house of a sorts to live in and a bed to sleep in and food to eat. And if I'm really blessed, coffee to drink. So, y'all have a great day. Don't get too tied up in what I call the fear porn of the news media, because everything they're telling you ain't the truth anyway. Don't spend as much time on the political stuff and deep diving in the rabbit holes that you don't pay attention to what you're supposed to be paying attention to, which is get yourself ready for Jesus to come back. Because a lot of this new agey stuff and the higher vibration and the resonance and the galactic different ones, honestly, it's 50-50 flip that they could not be benevolent, that they could just be setting things up for the Antichrist to present himself as Jesus, because that's what he's going to do. The abomination of desolation of the temple is that he goes in there and sits down and says, I am I am God. I am Jesus. And if you don't know him, if you don't know Jesus, you're not going to know the difference. You need to be spending a lot more time deep diving the Bible and praying and meditating on what you learned there than you are spending in the rabbit holes about the evil stuff and the hidden stuff. Hidden means occult. That's a red flag to me. And yeah, there's some things good that were hidden, but not everything that was hidden means it was good. People hide stuff when they don't want it to be known because it's evil. Just food for thought. Just expressing my opinion, which I am absolutely full of these days. Feel like I've earned it, having survived 70 years now in all kinds of places, around all kinds of people. And we're going to be fighting every single thing in existence for our survival in the coming years. We're going to fight every critter. We're going to fight the sun and the rain and the storms and the bugs and the worms. You better be learning how to grow something. These are the good times right now, y'all. Everybody complaining and, oh, why isn't it over yet? I've suffered so much for the last 2 years. Well, welcome to life. Welcome to life. Not trying to be unempathetic, but welcome to life. Life is tough. You better get strong, and you better get strong fast. You better start learning how to be self-sufficient. You better start learning how to take care of your own, how to defend your own, how to grow your own, when to stay and fight, and when to go and run for the hills and start over. Having done all of those things multiple times in my life, I can tell you none of it's easy. Absolutely none of it's easy. But there remains a promise. There remains a rest unto the people of God. And that rest has a name, and his name is Christ Jesus. And when you say his name, the demoniacs just about lose their minds. So study his word, study what the word is, who the word is, and get to know him. If you don't know him on a personal basis, like closer than you know your own mama and daddy, closer than you know your spouse, if he doesn't know you better than your spouse knows you, or your siblings know you, or your parents know you, you're in trouble when we get up there and they pull out the book of life and start looking for your name. Don't trust some religious leader. I don't really care what kind of religion you're part of. Jesus Christ is the Son of God, and he's coming again. And he is coming again soon. So don't be deceived. If he doesn't know you, you're going to claim all this, well, I did this, and I stood for truth, and I found this out and shared with people, and he's going to say, I don't know who you are. Leave. Leave now. And you're going to be assisted to leave. So take care of what you need to take care of. Do it today. We don't know how much time we got left, honestly. We're supposed to live one day at a time. You learn, you make mistakes. Like I did with putting that squash seed in there with the ginger. The ginger's doing great. The squash is dried up. Like I did putting that Christmas cactus out there to get that good natural rain. Yeah, drowned him. Can't have that much rain on a Christmas cactus. I'm learning. If I'm still learning, and I will be 71 soon, if I'm still learning, you still got a few things you need to learn. Stop and think about that for a little bit. Have a blessed Monday. I love you all. Buckle up, buttercups. We're in for a ride.